I see myself acting as the true me that I've always suppressed and feeling comfortable with it. We joke every so often, girl, you gotta fem up. And it's true. Don't be afraid to fem up. If you're gonna wear your hair like a woman, you're gonna put makeup on like a woman, you're gonna dress like a woman, feel free to act like a woman. Because that really is probably the most important thing for your growth, is letting it come out. It's in there. Don't be afraid to let it come out. Be dainty. Be feminine. Expect that guy to open the door for you. Demand it. Really. No. It's gotten for me to be so natural. And for me, it's probably one of the most important things I did was when I finally relaxed with myself. I relaxed and I said, girl, you're a girl. You know? Be one. Enjoy it. To me, I think women have it made, for the most part. There's some downsides, but I don't regret that it took me a long time to get to where I am today. I think it was just the way life was meant to be. And I'm not an over-religious zealot, but I do believe in God, and I really do believe He played a hand in this. I mean, come on. God plays a hand in everything. He doesn't pick and choose like some people think. God has His hand in everything. And I honestly feel that He had me wait till I was ready, till the time was ready. I had a very rewarding life, raised 4 beautiful children, I had a great career, I still have a great career. I have no regrets. And I've had people say, well, don't you wish you came out 30, 40 years ago? I said, only from the respect that I wouldn't have broken the hearts of 3 wonderful women. That's the only thing, but you can't change that. You know, Celine Dion has that song, Woulda, Shoulda, Coulda. You can't live in that world. You know, that's ancient history. In my case, that's ancient history, but it's ancient history. And you can't change it. You can't dwell on the past, you got to move forward. Make every day the best of your life. You know, we're not on this world that long. Don't know where I go from here. Pretty good idea, but it goes back to what I said earlier. Life is what you make of it. Screw the world. You know, if you want to be happy, be happy. You're going to have your down times. You're going to have your down moments. You know, the financial issue of the face work, you know, like, God, this is costing me so much money. But it's what I want. Worth every penny. You know, I tell people it's my motorhome. It's my mountain cabin. It's my Bahamas cruise every year. But I take this with me everywhere I go. You know, I do. And I love showing it off. Will I ever be Catherine Zeta-Jones? No. You know, you got to keep your expectations realistic too. But my face is, it's working for me, and I'm happy. You have to be very careful that you don't make this your every living, waking moment. You know what I mean? You need to transition. You need to learn how to be a woman as far as how you talk, how you dress, how you act, blah, blah, blah. But there's a lot more going on in the world that you need to be a part of, whether it's politics, being an activist in some way or another, taking road trips, going to see a great movie. That's one of the rules in our support group is we party. We encourage the girls and the guys, because we're very inclusive, transgender, whether you're cross-dresser, male, female, we don't care. Transgender. We all get together once a month, and we have a party, a potluck. And we encourage the girls and the guys to talk about other issues. you got to have some variety in your life. You can't stay focused 100% of the time on your sexuality. You're going to drive yourself nuts, you know? Now, payday, shopping, oh yeah. That's my one nemesis, so I love shopping. But and I'm not adverse to going to the clerk and I'll say, well, what do you think? And yeah. I said, no, honest, tell me. She goes, not the jacket. Get this jacket. They're more than glad to help you if you ask. Don't, and if they won't help you, go to the next clerk. You know what I mean? It's what you make of it. And you got to have diversity. That's why I love the performance world. I mean, it's, yeah, performing is just, I love it. You know, it keeps my mind occupied. And we go through rehearsals, you know, weeks on end, and I don't give it a second thought. You know, I'm just a regular book of knowledge. Okay, that's good. That's a good question. I don't mind answering that in this environment. I am part of the Albuquerque Speakers Bureau, and I've done 2 speaks so far. One was to the College of Counseling in Santa Fe, and the other one was the University of New Mexico second-year med students. In general environments like this, I don't mind talking about it. I'm excited about it. I've also learned that, okay, don't get too focused on it, or else you're going to drive yourself crazy. And I got to build up some sick leave, some more finances, and my credit union has been wonderful. They really have. They know exactly what I'm doing, and they don't care. You know, they got the lien on the house. That's all they care about. And they're very upfront. They're very supportive. But that is. It took me a while to deal with that issue, asking myself, you know, I'm this age now. Do I really want to do that? And then I gave it careful consideration, and I finally got to the point where, yeah, sure I do. Absolutely. You know, it's part of the whole process. I'm guessing within 2 years, things work out, maybe a little less. It goes back to that being patient thing. The real bottom line is SRS, sex reassignment surgery, is not for everybody. And that needs to be respected. There are some girls that have never done it, and they will probably never do it. There are some girls that don't get the face feminization. That's what's important to them is what's important to them. And not to be criticized, but to be supported. And I'm trying to think of, there's a very famous drag queen up in Canada, and I know somebody's probably saying her name right now, Nina Arsenault. Nina is beautiful. She has spent a couple $100,000 doing several movies. Just gorgeous. And she's perfectly content not to have anything done with her penis. And I say, good for you, girl. Great. She is adorable. I like to think that people are adorable. And that's Nina's decision. Fine. Fine. My decision is I'm going to do it. I will do it. And it's just what I need for my fulfillment. Nina, that's what fulfills her. And she's very open about it, and it's part of her drag queen world. And great. You know, some girls never get breast enhancements. We have to respect individualism, and that's very, very important. And to criticize somebody because they are or they aren't, no. In a private environment, I give a different answer. I had the opportunity to host Kim Pearson from Phoenix. Kim is the executive director and co-founder of Kim. Excuse me if I screwed this up. It's typo. Trans Youth Family Alliance, TIFA, and it deals with, we now have young girls and boys starting their transition at the age of 12. Now, it's very controlled, basically blockers, so don't go on estrogen or anything like that. And we have a wonderful young lady in Albuquerque. I think she's like 13 now, and I envy her. I feel like I was a trailblazer for the young ones, and now they're recognizing it at a much earlier age, so that in the M to F arena, they're not developing all the testosterone damage that comes up. And when they're older, if by chance, you know, there's some recidivism, which is really, really relatively small, they can go about being a man. That's fine. And I've heard, anyways, Kim, getting back to my point. I asked Kim, I said, you know, I get guys at, you know, at the bars and places, you know, and they ask me that question about, are you gonna get it cut off? Well, first of all, it's not cut off, it's rearranged. That's book 2. And I always felt like I was compelled to answer. And I asked her, I said, how do you handle that? And she says, if you don't feel you want to discuss that with somebody, the simple solution is, honey, that's really not appropriate. Let's move on to the next subject. That's simple.